After 50, your bones lose density faster than they rebuild it, and here's the part. Almost nobody tells you it's not just about how much calcium you're getting. It's about certain everyday foods that quietly pull calcium out of your bones, often without you ever noticing, until a fracture happens. I'm not going to tell you to cut these 7 foods out completely. Most of them are actually fine in the right amount. What I am going to show you is exactly how most people are eating them wrong, and the simple fix for each one. Stick around for number 1. It's in almost everyone's daily routine, and the fix takes about 10 seconds. Let's get into it. Quick context on why this matters so much right now. Up until about age 30, your body builds more bone than it loses. After that, it's a slow, gradual decline. And for women, that decline speeds up significantly in the years around menopause, as dropping estrogen accelerates bone loss. Men lose bone density more gradually, but the risk still rises steadily after 50. That means the choices that barely affected your bones at 30 can have a real, measurable impact now. The good news is that bone loss is heavily influenced by daily habits, which means it's also something you have real control over. Quick note, I'm not a doctor, and this isn't medical advice. If you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, talk to your doctor about your specific diet and any medications. Now, let's start with the food most people would never suspect. Number 7, salt. Specifically, the sodium hidden in processed and packaged foods. Here's the mechanism: excess. Sodium causes your kidneys to excrete more calcium through urine. The more salt you eat, the more calcium your body loses. Calcium that often gets pulled straight from your bones to keep your blood levels stable. Studies have consistently linked high sodium diets to greater bone mineral loss, especially in postmenopausal women. The tricky part is that most excess sodium doesn't come from your salt shaker. It comes from processed foods, canned soups, deli meats, packaged snacks, and restaurant meals, which is why it's easy to eat far more than you realize. The fix: you don't need to go salt-free. Just cut back on packaged and processed foods, season more with herbs and spices at home, and check labels. Anything over 20% of your daily sodium value per serving is worth reconsidering. Number 6 is a drink most people assume is completely harmless. Number 6, dark cola and soda. Dark colas specifically contain phosphoric acid, which research has linked to lower bone density, likely because it disrupts the calcium to phosphorus balance. Your body needs to maintain strong bones. One well-known study on women found that cola drinkers, even after adjusting for calcium intake, had noticeably lower bone density than non-cola drinkers, and the effect was stronger with cola than with other carbonated drinks. There's a second issue too. Soda often replaces milk or calcium-fortified drinks in someone's daily routine, meaning it's not just adding a negative, it's also removing a positive. The fix: this doesn't mean never having a soda again. It means treating dark cola as an occasional drink, rather than a daily habit, and making sure it's not crowding out calcium-rich beverages like milk or fortified plant milk. Number 5 might be the most surprising one on this entire list, because most people think it's protecting their bones, not working against them. Number 5, spinach and other high-oxalate greens like Swiss chard, beet greens, and rhubarb. Now, I want to be really clear here. Spinach is a genuinely healthy food, and this isn't a reason to avoid it. But spinach contains high levels of oxalates, compounds that bind to calcium and significantly block your body from absorbing it. From that specific food, studies show your body actually absorbs less than 10% of the calcium in spinach, compared to over 30% from foods like dairy or kale. The mistake people make is relying on spinach as a primary calcium source, thinking they're covered when, in reality, very little of that calcium is actually being absorbed. The fix: keep eating spinach for its other benefits: iron, vitamin K, folate, but get your calcium from lower oxalate sources, like dairy, fortified plant milk, sardines, or low-oxalate greens like kale and bok choy. Number 4 is something a lot of people over 50 drink, specifically because they think it's healthy. Number 4, too much caffeine from coffee, strong tea, or energy drinks. Caffeine has a mild diuretic effect and can slightly increase calcium loss through urine. Research suggests this effect is fairly small on its own, but it becomes more significant when combined with low calcium intake overall, which is common in people who drink a lot of coffee and don't prioritize calcium-rich foods. The good news: multiple studies suggest moderate caffeine intake, generally considered up to about 3 to 4 cups of coffee a day, isn't a major concern for most people with adequate calcium intake. The fix: You don't need to quit coffee. Just be mindful if you're drinking 5 cups a day, and consider adding a splash of milk, which adds calcium right into the drink that's slightly working against you. Number 3 is one where the amount matters far more than most people realize. Number 3, alcohol in excess. Heavy, regular alcohol use interferes with your body's ability to absorb calcium and disrupts the cells responsible for building new bone, called osteoblasts. Research consistently links heavy drinking to lower bone density and significantly higher fracture risk. And this effect becomes more pronounced with age, since bone rebuilding already slows down after 50. Here's the nuance that often gets lost. Moderate alcohol consumption hasn't shown the same clear, negative effect in most studies. This is really about heavy or frequent drinking, not having a glass of wine with dinner. The fix, general guidance for bone health, is to keep alcohol moderate, commonly defined as up to 1 drink a day for women and up to 2 for men, and to have several alcohol-free days each week. Number 2 is a food group most people over 50 are actively told to eat more of, and there's an important nuance about how. Number 2, excess animal protein, when it's not balanced with enough fruits and vegetables. This one's genuinely debated in nutrition science, so let me give you the honest picture. Some research suggests very high intakes of animal protein, especially without enough alkaline-forming foods like fruits and vegetables, may increase calcium excretion, because your body buffers the acid load partly using calcium. Other, more recent research pushes back on this, showing that adequate protein is actually essential for bone health after 50, since protein makes up a significant part of bone structure itself. So this isn't really an anti-protein point, it's a balance point. The fix. The real takeaway from current research is to make sure high-protein intake is paired with plenty of fruits and vegetables at the same meals, not to cut protein, since low protein intake after 50 is arguably a bigger risk to bone health than too much. And now, number 1, the one I mentioned at the very start. That's part of almost everyone's daily routine. Number 1, eating calcium-rich foods in isolation, without enough vitamin D or magnesium alongside them. Here's the thing almost nobody explains. Calcium doesn't work alone. Your body needs vitamin D to actually absorb calcium from your gut into your bloodstream, and it needs magnesium to help convert that vitamin D into its active form. Without enough of both, a huge portion of the calcium you eat even from a perfectly healthy diet can pass through your body largely unused. This is arguably the most common bone health mistake after 50. Someone starts drinking more milk or taking a calcium supplement, sees no real improvement in their bone density scans, and assumes calcium doesn't matter, when the real issue is that it was never being absorbed properly in the first place. The fix: pair calcium-rich foods with a vitamin D source, like sunlight exposure, fatty fish, or fortified foods, and include magnesium-rich foods like nuts, seeds, and leafy greens in your regular diet. If you're unsure about your levels, a simple blood test can check both. Quick recap of what to watch and how to fix each one. 7. Salt-processed foods. Cut back on packaged foods, season with herbs. 6. Dark cola. Treat as occasional. Don't let it replace calcium drinks. 5. Spinach high-oxalate greens. Keep eating them, but get calcium elsewhere. 4. Excess caffeine. Fine in moderation. Add milk if you're a heavy drinker. 3. Excess alcohol. Keep it moderate. Several alcohol-free days a week. 2. Unbalanced animal protein. Pair with fruits and vegetables. Don't cut protein. 1. Calcium without vitamin D or magnesium. Pair them together for real absorption. None of these foods need to be eliminated completely. The fix in almost every case is balance and pairing, not restriction. If this helped you look at your plate differently, the best next step is simple. Pick one habit from this list and adjust it this week. Subscribe if you want more clear, evidence-based videos on healthy aging, and let me know in the comments which one of these surprised you most. See you in the next video.